Hey guys, Scott here again with you with a new beer dissection video. What I have today is from Cigar City Brewing Company out of Tampa, Florida, called Florida Man, a double IPA, India Pale Ale. Okay, they're well known for their Cigar City Highlight, which is another double IPA. I've done a review recently on Maduro Brown Ale. I believe Cigar City was bought out by either AB InBev or one of the big beer brands a handful of years ago, but I've been drinking them pretty regularly, and they still producing very solid beer. I don't recall having Florida Man. I mean, I've had High Life many times, Maduro a couple of times, but this one's a double IPA. It was canned on February 1st of 23. I'm filming this the end of April 23, so not too bad as far as age on it. Nearly criminal volumes combine to create a bold, citrusy double IPA brewed to pay tribute to the world's worst superhero, Florida Man, which I've never heard of Florida Man. If you guys live in Florida and you're familiar with Florida Man, please let me know. It does say welcome to Florida, the Sunshine State, and it is in Tampa. I believe the brewery in or around Tampa, brewed with a crazy amount of hops. I'm looking for it says drink fresh, do not age, which I definitely recommend most IPAs to drink as fresh as you possibly can. Oh, here we go, 8.5% alcohol at 55 IBUs. So we are sitting there. The IBUs, I believe, are just shy of double IPA, but the ABV percentage is right on schedule. When I say on the numbers, it's the Beer Judge Certification Program Manual. I've studied it. Many of you may have studied it for the Cicerone. I still got to take the tasting portion, but that's a whole long story. Did well in the written, but I won't divulge into that again. Those of you who have been following me for a while, you've heard me rant about that a little bit. So Florida Man double IPA. Okay, I'm expecting high things from this. I don't know too much, really, anything about the grist, which is like the recipe of grains, or what hops they're using. Okay, I'm sure if I dive in, some beers I dive in deeper than others on getting the whole grist and everything for this channel, but sometimes I like to go in a little blind also. It's tough to look everything up. All right, so let's crack this bad boy open. I'm just going to use my typical glass you've seen me use, kind of a modified tulip Spigloo glass. As long as you got something with a little wide base for surface area to allow the hop aromas and malt to kind of funnel to the top. With kind of a narrow top there, you can kind of get the aromas ideally. Okay, so let's crack this, again, bad boy open here. Let's pour this out. As far as what type of IPA, whether it's New England, American, not too sure. It may not be that important to you or them, which is fair enough. But, so again, I pour very aggressively these days, so I'm going to be getting a lot more head than usual that you would expect at your local brewery. But nice white to light tan head. Okay, very supportive. I can see we're gonna maintain that a little bit. Very frothy on top there. The color, we've kind of got a light gold to medium gold color. It has some haziness to it. Remember, I don't know if this one said they had oats. I know the Maduro uses oats. This one doesn't. A lot of IPAs, especially New England IPAs, will use oats, unmalted wheat sometimes to create the haziness, as well as the hop matter. The polyphenols and hop matter create a lot of the haziness. So, you kind of see the haze here, which in 1988, this would have been like, what are you doing? But nowadays, this is pretty common, especially for a hazy, juicy New England IPA. So you kind of got that light to medium gold color, hazy. Not much more to it other than taking a look at the head one more time here. Nice white frothy head. Okay, so let's take a sniff of the aroma. Oh, very pleasant. Citrus and a little bit of tropical fruit, kind of like a pineapple, mango. The citrus is probably like a little bit of orange, grapefruit, kind of pith. From there, very pleasant. The tropical fruit again is like kind of pineapple, mango. Very neutral malt, kind of probably like a regular Pilsner 2-row malt, lightly kilned. Okay, but very nice on the nose. If you like tropical fruit, this aroma is definitely for you. Okay, very nice. Nothing piney, resiny. You know, you're not getting that, or at least I'm not getting it. Okay, so cheers, guys. Let's take a swig of this. Same thing, kind of citrus, slight grapefruit and orange kind of mix there. Pineapple, maybe even some peach, stone fruit, very neutral malt. Like I said, kind of white bread. That's pretty much it. You know, maybe wheat bread, white bread, doughy kind of malt profile there, but you're kind of getting hit with the fruit. Light to medium bodied. I don't get alcoholic warmth on there yet. I'm going to take another swig, but usually it's 8.5%. Usually around 7.5 to 8, I usually kind of start feeling it. But pretty mellow. I was expecting a little bit more astringency there. I mean, even the bitterness. I mean, my perceived bitterness is kind of just moderate to pronounced, but being a double IPA, do they even have the number? Did I read the number off to you guys already? 55 IBUs. I mean, it is kind of in IPA range. I believe it's 60 or 70 to 100 is when you technically get into double IPA. So it is kind of pronounced, but it's not blowing you away with bitterness. It's actually drinking quite lighter than kind of a double IPA, maybe even dangerously light because of the alcohol percentage on their 8.5. On the aftertaste, still kind of left with that light citrus, mandarin, orange, pineapple, tropical fruit kind of flavors. Maybe even guava. I mean, I'm not an expert on guava. I mean, I eat a lot of mango, pineapple, peaches and stuff. Guava, you know, I'm not as, you may get some of that in there too. But very nice, guys. It's really, again, Cigar City really, for the most part, I don't recall ever having a Cigar City that I completely disliked. I should say once I did. I think I had a very old High Life with those hoppy beers. You know, you get the malt shift, you get the polyphenols, the hop matter breaking down, it gets darker. It kind of gives you that funky taste sometimes. You kind of get that because there's some residual sweetness there, especially with an 8.5% alcohol. You kind of get that filmy kind of taste, on my palate. But again, the tropical fruit kind of sticks around for quite a while. Pairing with this is a very tropical fruit, mango, pineapple, citrus, anything that you would probably add, a squeeze of lemon, lime, orange, salsas, this would go perfect with. Sometimes I'm going to go into specifics and make this video like 50 minutes, but it is actually quite easy drinking for 8.5%. So it is kind of dangerously, you drink a few of these, you probably be taking a nap for the rest of the day. But very nice, guys. I'd give this a good A minus at the very worst. I really don't see too much wrong with it. If anything wrong with it. I mean, if someone said A plus, I couldn't argue with you either. I just have to kind of give some type of grade. I mean, IPAs are so prevalent out there, so I got to leave a little wiggle room that there's probably another IPA that I've had that is a little bit better, but can't get much better than like kind of that A minus range. Okay, So anyway, guys, the beer dissection, Florida Man. This one will whack you in the face a little bit with tropical fruit, citrus. It's not your West Coast IPA with resin, pine. You know, it has some citrus of that. Doesn't have the bread crust toast of a West Coast IPA. So I kind of try to guide you that way too if you're looking for a particular beer at one point in time. This is hitting you more with the fruit, and it's quite pleasant and pretty easy drinking, even though for something at 8.5%. So I definitely would recommend it. So again, beer dissection was Florida Man double IPA. Probably had this popping over my shoulder a few times during this video. I would definitely recommend it. There are better out there. I know a couple here on Long Island that do very well, but you know, for something that's very easily available, I definitely would have this and have no hesitation picking this up if you're shopping and you know you need some beer and you're looking for a solid IPA. All right, guys, till the next beer dissection video. See you next time. Take care.